got fish on. Oh, got one. We're in New Jersey, clamming, fishing, riding pontoon boats.
And having a good old time.
And having a good old time. Road trip!
Woo-hoo!
Rexy catch crab.
Oh, remember that big crab you caught when we were here a couple of years ago?
We're gonna crab, we're gonna fish, we're gonna pontoon. On the pontoon.
Is that the first thing you're gonna do when we get here?
Get waves and catching
Get the crab trap out.
There's his house right there. I see it.
Road trip is complete. We made it! We're here.
I need to fix my car.
Okay.
Look at that, you guys. Oh. All right, we're here in New Jersey and we're getting ready to throw crab trap in. Rex is getting the line all ready. Out here's the pontoon boat. This is my dad's pontoon boat. We'll be taking that out probably tomorrow. But for right now, we're gonna do a little crabbing right here on the canal. You can see the canal here. And this runs all the way out to Great Bay, and so that's where we'll go fishing and crabbing. But for right now, we're just going to throw a crab trap in the canal here and see how we do. You can catch blue crabs on pretty much anything that's stinky, like old chicken necks or something, chicken parts. We've got ourselves a bag of frozen bunker here. Bunker's like a bait fish, and this has been around for a while, and I can tell you, whew, it smells bad. It ought to be good crab bait because it is stinky. Oh. All right, we got our very stinky bunker in here in our crab trap, and Rex is putting a long twist tie on the door into the where you insert the bait, and then we'll be ready to tie it off and throw it in. And if you don't know how a crab trap works, it's basically just a big cage with a cylindrical part in the center where you put the bait, and then where each one of these orange things is a little sort of funnel-shaped opening where the crab goes in. You can see Rex's hand going in there.
Crab goes in.
And then the crab can't get out.
Yeah, how strong the water is. Get on my other
Hold of that, Dad.
Get out there.
Okay.
See what happens.
Now we wait.
Playing my song.
It should be like.
Have you guys checked it yet? Oh, jeez.
Cannonball. Show them how it's done, Leela. Here she goes.
No diving.
Is it cold? We have to go.
See the lines.
All right. Rex is about to pull in his chicken foot to see if he has a crab on it, and I think he does.
He says, oh yeah.
He says, oh yeah.
Feels like.
Dad's ready with the net.
Feels like. I can feel it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes! Oh, you missed it. No, you did get him.
Nope, I missed him. That's chicken foot. He was gone.
Ah, shoot.
Keep working on it. Working
That
on
was
it.
Dad's.
It's a pretty nice crab too. All right, he was nowhere. I was nowhere close to him.
You missed him. Rex says we have a crab on. We got the whole team here ready to retrieve.
While Leela's swimming laps.
Leela's in the pool. Leela,
I'm sure I have one. I saw the line.
you've got the bird's eye view.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Nope.
Oh shoot, nothing.
Oh, you got him.
God,
let's see.
I redeemed myself. Look at that. I don't think he's a keeper, but they're getting bigger.
Yep.
With the smaller one.
Oh yeah, he's little.
Is he missing a claw? Missing a pincher.
I don't think.
All right, here he goes.
Oh. All right, now we have to check the big trap. Check the trap. Leela's excited.
Oh my gosh.
There's a big one. Could be dinner.
10 crabs. There can be 10 crabs.
Nothing.
Oh.
There they are, whole crew ready to ride. The greenheads are bad out here and they keep biting Ron, but they're not biting me, so let's look on the bright side.
Curse you, greenheads. Curse you.
Fishing, we're mostly after fluke. We're going to jig off the bottom with some little bucktail jigs, but we're also going to just see what else we might get, like blues. So I've got a popping cork right here, and I'm going to put a live minnow on it and see if we might get some snapper blues.
Ron's casting out, first cast. Go, honey.
I think something on there. What did I catch?
Do you have something?
I got something.
Oyster! You have an oyster.
Look at that, Rex. All right. First catch of the day. How are you doing, Dad?
Oh, good. There's a ray.
Oh,
Right
look.
here.
A ray. Look, Rex, a ray.
Little stingray going.
It's like a bird under the water. It just went out that way. No fish, but the snacks are holding out.
We have the fish.
Oh yeah, the only fish we managed to get on the boat are Swedish fish. We didn't have any luck on our first time out fishing, but we are back here. We're cooking up some hot dogs and hamburgers. Ron's manning the grill.
Ballpark Franks that plump when you cook them.
You're plump. All right, so we're gonna have a little dinner and then I think we're gonna head back out and try and do some clamming. All right, let's try this burger that Dad made. What are you doing? You can't have any. We're gonna head back out, see if we can catch some clams, some crabs, some flounder. We think we just saw a shark. All right, we're at our spot. We're gonna hop off into the water, walk over to the sandbar, and we're gonna try and dig for some clams.
Okay.
Okay, give me this.
Take the rig.
You come next. Ooh, look at Chin. Here, we're a little late. The tide's already starting to come back in. We should have been here about 45 minutes ago.
Uh-oh, that's stuff.
That'll give him something to do while we're clamming. We really have no idea what we're doing, so we're just figuring it out as we go. Water's nice and warm.
That's a crab.
Look at that.
How?
Oh my gosh, look at the size of that. Look at this. That's a really big clam.
Little clam here.
Hey, got one.
You got one too?
Got one. Woohoo! I got another one. Oh, two of them. Two more. Hey, Leela, come over here. I'm gonna rake and you dig them out. I got another one. Me? I'm not looking. There's one right there, hon. I can feel it right in the center of my rake. Right there. Right here. Right here. Up.
Look at this.
Oh, good. Put it in the bucket. Got another one. Yeah,
The old True Temper shovel gets it done.
Got one? There.
A couple of them.
I got one too.
Get one?
We got a couple right here. Leela's gonna grab them. And the green heads are starting to get you, aren't they?
Ow.
Oh, are they really getting you? Got another one, Leela.
How? How are you doing it?
Right here. Got it?
That was pretty big. See?
Oh, got another one.
Mom!
Right here. Just a little one.
How are you doing it?
Oh, there's one.
What?
There's it right here.
I got it.
Right there. Maybe you should try the rake, Hank.
Another one for the True Temper team.
Oh, got one.
Yeah.
Got another one. Leela's got another one. She's got a big one. Tide is really coming in, and our boat is way over there. So we are going to have to head over here pretty soon. But we have a small bucket. We just need to get here a little earlier next time. Oh, Ron can't stop. He's continuing to dig. He's risking his life for clams. Come on, you guys. They're just clams. Getting deeper. Here they come. All right, there's our ride. Most people only do stuff like this when they're in an emergency situation. We do it for pleasure. We're clammers for life now. That was really fun. We arrived a touch too late, but next time we come out, we'll make sure to arrive right at low tide. We were here probably about 45 minutes after low tide, so the tide was already starting to come back in. But we had a lot of really good luck. We only have half a bucket, but we're gonna come again and see if we can do a little better. Is that something you would do again?
Yeah.
You would do it again?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Actually, we got a lot of great food.
Yeah, we got some wild food.
How much water we have?
Yeah,
We got fish on!
we're
The net is back.
We need a net.
This net.
What do you got? Flounder?
Flounder.
big one or?
I don't know yet. Big enough, maybe. Might be a keeper. Come on.
Okay, Rex, you get in there and get it.
Got it.
Yes. Dad,
Bring the yellow
too
one in.
small, huh?
I don't know what the size
I
is.
think
There he is.
summer
Oh, look at that.
flounder have to be 17 inches.
Well,
Huh?
you want to get any look at him here?
Let's see.
All right, here's our
It's a little guy.
first flounder of the trip. He's not a
Hey.
Not a keeper.
not a keeper, but they're really pretty fish. See how cool looking they are?
Yeah.
Right.
Big eye on the
Very
one
cool.
side.
Rex.
Yeah, let's throw him back.
All right,
Not a
in he
keeper.
goes. All right, it's fun to at least catch one. There's the tools of the trade right there.
You don't have to buy fancy clamming rakes. You can just use a regular garden rake and it does the job just fine.
Here, I'll come back up.
All right, we're here in New Jersey at my dad's place, and he was kind enough to take us out on the bay yesterday, right at low tide. We just caught the end of low tide, and we're able to do a little bit of clamming. We didn't have a clam rake, so we just used a regular old garden rake. One of the things with clams that you get yourself is that they're not purged. So if you buy clams in a grocery store, they'll be pre-purged, and that is they're soaked in some salt water to purge out the poop, the clam poop, the sand, the dirt that they suck up. These guys are filter feeders, and so naturally, as part of that process, the shell gets full of all sorts of gunk, and you need to get it out of there. You can mix your own sort of seawater to do that. I think the recipe is 1 tablespoon of salt for about 2 cups of water, and just mix up enough to cover your clams, and they'll purge themselves over usually a couple hours, maybe 4 hours. The best way to do it though is to put them in the water from which you dug them. So since we're lucky, we're here on one of these canals in New Jersey, so we've got lots of water available to us right here, the same water where we got the clams. And so we're just going to take this bucket and put the clams back in it, put some seawater in there, some bay water, and let them soak for a couple of hours. And these are really big clams. So these are not the sort of clams that you steam and eat. These are the sort of clams that you end up chopping to make something like clam chowder or clam sauce. They should be great for that. And we didn't get very many yesterday because we got there at the end of low tide. Water was coming in pretty quickly, so we started out in ankle deep water and left in knee deep water, and it was coming up fast. We had to get out of there. So we're going to go back out hopefully today, although the weather might not cooperate. But if not today, definitely tomorrow, and see if we can get some more of these guys.
Setting sail on the high seas again. We're after crabs. Crabs. Rex is pushing us off.
What I'm doing right now is to put this very stinky bunker in this trap. It's real stinky.
Okay, we got the stinky bunker. We're gonna draw in some crabs with that, hopefully. Gotta be 4.5 inches across to keep them. So we're looking for the big ones. Rex is fishing. Hopefully gonna try to catch some flounder. Leela is soaking up the sun. Rex is gonna throw our crab trap out. Rex is gonna try one of his hand lines here and see if there's a crab on it. Anything on there?
Oh man, that was a big crab. Crab was at least 5 inches.
And throw it back out. We've got another line out here that Rex is gonna pull in. He's gonna see if this one has anything on it.
Nope, nothing.
Nothing on that one?
Nah.
Nothing. Throw it back out.
There, you got it.
Oh, got one.
Don't let him out.
Let's see him. That's a big one.
Yeah, I think that might be a keeper.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, he's
He's keeper. He's almost
probably a
5.
keeper. He's almost 5 across.
All
the creek.
right, our first keeper. Leela, high five. Woo!
There he goes.
All right, our first keeper. Yes, Rex, we make an awesome team.
Okay, let's
We had such a great time clamming last night. We're heading out for another night of it, and we feel confident that we can do even better than last night because now we know a little bit more about what we're doing. We got some competition out here. There's 3 other boats with people in the water out clamming. Way out there. But we think we're going to head over this way, so hopefully we won't interfere with each other. They look like they've done this before. All right, our captain's trying to get us in as close as he can, and then we're going to hop off and wade through probably just a foot of water. Okay, round 2 clamming. So if you want to try clamming, it's pretty easy. We knew absolutely nothing about it until yesterday. We found a sandbar at low tide. We brought a garden rake and a 5-gallon bucket, and all you do is you start raking, and as soon as you feel like you're hitting something hard, you reach down and pull it up, and it's going to be a clam. And so there's not really much to it, but it's a great way to get your own wild food, and it's also really a good time. We had such fun doing it, so we're back out here again, and we're going to give it another try and see if we can fill 2 buckets full. Isn't that right, gang?
Right.
Rex.
Got one.
Good job!
Oh, I got 2.
All right, we got one. Another one?
There's a hole like this one right here, and there'll be a clam right here.
Oh, you got a big one, Rex.
I got 2.
Rex has the knack. He just got one. Just a little one? Oh, don't forget, we can't keep really small ones. What did they say? 1.5 inches? Maybe leave that one, Rex. I'm pretty sure they have to be 1.5 inches.
This is like a medium-sized one. Some of them will get really big.
There's really no method to my madness. I just start digging. Rex looks for certain little holes, but I really think if you just put your rake in, you're going to find them. Oh, there's one. Ah! Look at that behemoth. There's one.
Always nice when you get a double. One camera, I don't know if you guys can see the laughing gulls behind us, and there's some herring gulls and ring-billed gulls. And they try to pick up these, they pick up the clams and they try to open them, but they usually can't. So they take the small to medium-sized ones and they'll fly over there along the shore to the rocks, and they'll fly way up in the air and drop them and let them smash on the rocks, and then they pick the insides out and have a good meal. Really interesting feeding technique.
Pretty smart. Ah, that's a biggie. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that one.
We've been out clamming for probably the last maybe hour or so, not all that long. It's low tide, so you can see these tidal flats out here where the mud gets exposed, and it's really fun to come out and try to find some clams. Just using a regular old garden rake, and we've got ourselves probably, I don't know, 30, 40 big clams in there. They're not great clams for steaming, but they'll make great clam chowder. We're sort of worn out already. It's a lot of work digging clams. So there's our ride home right over there with Pappy Fuzz waiting to take us back to the house. And we're gonna head on over.
Much harder than you think it would be digging in the sand like that, but really rewarding. Rex, did you have a good time? Yes.
Nothing better than getting your own food.
Nothing better than getting your own food.
Oh yeah, we were clamming out here in the bay, and we got on with it.
Good haul there.
Here are all the people who did it.
Well, I wonder how those they got floating fast.
Yeah.
Fish on!
Real hard and push them down, reel up.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Oh boy, it's a big one! Yes! Yes, Rex!
Woohoo! Nice job!
Right! Woo!
They got keeper.
That's gotta be a keeper. It has to be, I think, set over 17. Gotta measure.
Right.
Oh, he said 50. Ooh,
Oh!
that one right there. That one's big. That is keeper, I'm gonna say. Yeah, he's a keeper, all right. He's about 5 inches. He's over the max.
This is wild schooling at work. How to do math, read a tape measure, and catch crabs at the same time. You don't want to let go, do you? Come on, guys. Feisty devils. All right, we've got several crabs in our trap here, but they need to be 4.5 inches across the points. So point to point right here. These guys aren't big enough. They're not keepers. So we're gonna give them a toss back. This guy is a keeper. Not a terribly big crab. He's just a little more than 4.5 inches across the points. Normally we wouldn't keep a crab like this, but we've got a few more in there, and we're trying to get enough just for a small sampler platter for everyone. So we're going to keep this blue crab. The way I'm holding him right now, by this sort of back fin right here, his back leg is really the only way to hold a crab without getting pinched. And these guys can really hurt if they get a hold of you. They tend to be pretty feisty, and if they get a hold of you with those claws, ouch, draw blood for sure. We're gonna put this one in the live well. Got all these big chowder clams that we've dug over the past couple of days here in New Jersey, and we've got them purged, so we've got all the sand and dirt and poop out of the inside of them. But when we steam them to make the chowder, we want to be able to use the broth, basically the seafood stock that's going to come from steaming these. So we need to get the dirt off the outside too, so we don't have a bunch of yucky stuff in our clam liquor. So what we're going to do is spread these out. I'm just going to hit them with a garden hose and then take a cloth and brush them off real good, and they'll go right in this cooler. It's okay to spray the clams with fresh water to clean the outsides, but you never want to purge them in fresh water because it'll kill the clam, and we don't cook dead clams. Clams need to be living when you cook them. Ensure they're good and fresh. All right, we're just about done purging and cleaning the outsides of these clams that we've been digging from the bay here in New Jersey. And you've got to purge these guys and get the mud and sediment and stuff out because they're filter feeders. And filter feeders are really important to aquatic ecosystems. So it's estimated that a single clam can filter as much as 40 gallons of water a day, and oysters can filter as much as 50 gallons of water a day. And in fact, species like mussels were super important to the Mississippi River because they filtered the entire river system multiple times every day, pulling out the pollutants and ultimately providing food for fish and birds and other species that live in these bays and river systems. So these filter feeders are super important. We only take as much as we need. We've got these cleaned up. They're big, and we're going to go make some delicious clam chowder out of it. Nice, big, beautiful hand-dug clams. We've got a whole mess of fresh dug clams here that we just steamed up for chowder. I haven't tried any of them yet. As you can see, a lot of these are big for eating steamed clam, but we've got one right here just cool enough to eat. I'm gonna pop it in my mouth and give it a first try. Oh my gosh. That's like the pure flavor of the ocean right there. A little bit chewy because it's a big clam, but honestly, for as big as it is, really delicious. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with those. Really fun to go clamming and really delicious to eat fresh clams. So occasionally you'll get clams that won't open. Wow, that's still hot. This one has actually been steamed twice and it still didn't open, and so I'm going to deem it no good. If you steam them twice and they don't open, something's usually wrong, and you don't want to eat bad food. You don't want to get sick. So we're just going to toss this one aside. And we had one where the meat of the clam actually fell out without even me pulling on it, and I think that was a sign that I should eat it. I just love that salty, chewy taste. It tastes just like the ocean. No butter or anything on it. It's just delicious. Love it. We're going to commit these back to the sea. So the meat is actually fairly easy to get out of the shell. Even on big ones like this, you have a little foot that holds it to the shell. And if you just take the knife, hit it a little bit, it pops right out. Nice and clean.
Ron and I are making clam chowder with the clams we harvested yesterday.
And every good recipe, I don't care what it is, I don't care if it's apple pie, it starts with bacon. And so this bacon's gone in this hot pot right over here to get us started. Well, here, listen and see if you can hear it.
Ah, did you hear that? That's the sound of greatness. When I was a young girl, my chore was always to peel the potatoes for dinner. And to this day, I still loathe peeling potatoes.
All culinary roads lead back to bacon and onions. True story. Oh goodness, that smells good. All right, we've got our bacon and onion in here. We're going to add some of the functionally seafood stock or clam broth from steaming the clams. And we're just going to add this right to the pot. take a few minutes. This
Chowder's looking good.
So this particular chowder doesn't, we don't use any flour in it. It's just the starch in all of these potatoes. As they cook down, the liquid begins to reduce and you get that nice creamy flavor from the potatoes and not from flour. So there's no roux. You don't want to cook these anymore since they're steamed. You just want to sort of heat them through in the broth. We tried to cook a New England clam chowder that wasn't too heavily creamy or spiced. We just really wanted the flavors of the ocean basically to shine through. Rex and I are always talking about the perfect bite. So we want some clam. We want a little bit of potato. I just added a little bit of bacon. Oh, if I could find a little piece of onion, I'd have the perfect bite. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. That is so good. On the cutting board, we have some flounder fillets that we caught last night in the bay. And a huge mistake a lot of people make when cooking fish or other meat is that they don't dry it off. And so if you're trying to get a nice little crisp on the outside or build some flavor, you can't do it because your meat steams and it just either gets tough or soft. And so I'm just going to take this paper towel and I'm going to lay it right on here and try to suck up as much of that moisture as you can. And I know that seems counterintuitive because you want your meat to be, you know, nice and moist, of course. But trust me, this is the way to go. And it's just going to allow the spices and the fats that we're going to put in, the butter and everything, to just shine so much more and still have the nice flavor of the fresh fish.
Ron is abandoning his post here, so I have to take over. Smells good. Got some butter, and I think we put Old Bay in there, and then we're just gonna saute these babies up. All right, let's see if we can give these babies a flip. Oh, they smell really good. They look good. See this? Okay, we just laid out a smorgasbord in here. Got
silverware,
shrimp skewers, corn on the cob.
Oh.
What else? Clam chowder. That's it. Pretty good dinner. How is it? You guys enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good.
Leela, you like the shrimp? Did you try the flounder? Do you like it? Yeah, good. Cheers.
Cheers to a seafood meal.
If you like this video, click subscribe. Nailed it. Nailed it.